Hold off for a second. You know what? Every time I update XSplit, it always is weird. I can't even tell if this is working or not. Okay, now we're back in business. Everything should be working now. You know, every time I update XSplit, my audio settings are like shot to hell. I have to go back in and like fix everything. It's definitely a pain in the rear. Well, let's move it into Harmony, okay? That was really weird. What a pain in the rear. Sorry if you guys are coming in and out. So, starting a new project up. Alright, now we're going. It looks like we got some stream going, so that's good. Alright. We're back in business. So, what I want to do is start a new project. I'm going to get back into some traditional animation. The circle versus triangle teaser still, I'm putting it on the back burner for now. I've definitely reached a certain point where, Mitomo update, great, where I feel pretty happy with it, and I'm going to progress with it off stream, but let's pull this white down. It's like glaring, so we can pull it down a little bit so that I'm not going blind. There we go. And you know what? We're going to lock it also. So I stop hitting it. Alright, so let's start doing some rough animation here. Let's pour our opacity down a little bit. Make our brush a little thicker. Pull it down a little bit more. If this audio is all screwed up, please let me know. So I have some ideas of what I'd like to do. I have an idea of a wizard maybe just kind of casting a spell. And I did some roughs. Or not some roughs. Well, I did some thumbnails earlier on, but on my couch when I was just hanging out. I don't really have a character design in place, which is not good. So all I can really hope for tonight is to have some roughs that I can have something to kind of just bounce some ideas off of. So that's my plan for tonight. If I can get that into place, if I can have some scribbly stuff that I can work with. And I had an idea for a staff, and it was coming into perspective. So something like this. And the wind was blowing, so we have some drapery, and his head is on a downward tilt. So here's our eye line, and the nose is down. But maybe this would be pushed in perspective a bit more, And so we'll just keep moving around with this a little bit. And just get some rough stuff in tonight, let's just see what we can come up with. And I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Everybody watching on YouTube and on Twitch, thanks for joining me. And if you can't hear me, if my audio is off, please let me know. I just updated XSplit, and every time I do that, it knocks all of my audio settings pretty much. It shoots them right to hell. So I started and stopped the stream several times, which was a pain. Alright, so maybe he's something like this, and let's move forward a little bit in time. There's a setting in the camera view where you can hit onion skin by drawing. And that helps the onion skin behave a little more like it would in the drawing view. But I want to hang in the camera view, so I'm not quite sure where my... I'd like to know where my cropping lines are. So I can tell already that this first drawing actually probably too high. This first rough is too high. So let's just think about our poses here. And if we can just get some scribbly stuff in here, I think I'd be happy with that. Maybe he's casting a spell, which tells me that maybe you know, I don't really know what it means. And the head could be tilted back. He's got some wild eyes in there. I mean, I guess he's Gandalf-ish. And he could have a crazy looking mouth. That'd be kind of cool. And again, we have that wind blowing, so let's think about the beard and the drapery of the sleeves of what they would be doing. And let's just think about the gesture of the back. And yeah, he's got that hat. You know, he's got the Gandalf hat, which I'm not too sure if that's what I'm going to keep with this, but let's just put it in for now. And so right now we're at the very early beginning stages of this little production here. And if you're just joining me, and if you watched some of my earlier streams, you may have seen me working on the circle and triangle characters, which I am continuing to work with them, but off stream. I feel like I've got them to a good place. So, but I want to put that a bit more in the back burner for now. And I think it's something that's going to come along within the next couple of weeks. I feel like a finished product will be. Released within the month. So something like that. The next thing I'm also working too on the side is another Harmony tutorial, so that'll be done. I plan on doing it the 17th. Let me think, where's my calendar? So the last one was released on the 17th, so I want to shoot for the 14th. Right over there. So maybe within, what is today? Today's the 3rd, so within 2 weeks I hope to have another Harmony tutorial posted up on my YouTube channel. And this one's going to be about how to anchor legs in deformation chains. So I know a lot of people have that problem. I'm working in Harmony Premium, so that definitely is I know it's a bit of a problem for some viewers out there because they are working in Advanced or Essentials. So my leg tutorial will be based in Premium. But I have an idea, I think, where I'm going to try and address Advanced and Essentials users. Now again, let's think about the wind blowing here. And so this guy's model does not exist, which is not a good thing, but right now we're just playing with some shapes and some ideas and what we think would work. Clearly he's busted out of the camera view here, so one thing that might happen is I'll have to totally readjust his layer. You can just take the layer and readjust as needed. Maybe scale it down a little bit. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But for now, let's just keep it the way it is. Let's just have some fun. Put down some drawings. Smash boy, you gotta put some plates away. Are you doing the dishes? Smash boy and Twitch. Let me think about. Yeah, go put your plates away. Go do your dishes. Come on, clean up. Don't be a slob. I did mine already. Everyone's in bed in my house here. Let's think about a breakdown. Let's think about, or not even a breakdown. Let's think about what could happen between these two poses. You know, between this and this. And again, if you guys can't hear me, please let me know. My audio is cutting out. Is it Russian Attack? What is this? King Kong 2! Oh, it's so good. You know, my brother Phil, who we did work together at the Schmoozle way back in the day. Maybe you saw us on Newgrounds and whatnot. But Phil and my nephew Danny did a Let's Play series about all classic games. What's the name of his channel? But anyway, they played King Kong 2, and I'd never heard of it before that, and it's pretty awesome actually. They played nothing but retro games. What the heck was the name of his channel? He's gonna be mad at me. So you're not doing the dishes, but you're putting them away. Doesn't that count as doing the dishes though? That doesn't count? That's alright. Oh, it's driving me crazy what my brother's stream is called. I need to go find out now. And when I see it, Super Game Core. Yeah, they played King Kong 2. Where is it? Super Game Core. They played for Star, Altered Beast, Fall the Foot Clan was fun. Anyway, yeah, they played this. And it was fun. So I'm thinking about adding some delay on his head here. So maybe even the hat will obscure, you know, the hat will obscure his features almost entirely. So maybe we can come down here a little bit. And I always feel like maybe I should raise this. Yeah, see, I'm already thinking, let's just cut this, let's dump this. He could be leading with this arm here, this staff arm. Maybe some foreshortening here. And, you know, something like this, where it's still kind of coming at us in perspective. And there's overlap on top of the hat. Done. How many you're watching? I just put them in the sink. So wait, you put your dishes in the sink? That doesn't count. Do you have a roommate? I'm assuming you have a roommate. They will not be happy. So maybe a reversal here too. That'd be kind of nice in the elbow. And the hand can come up. Maybe the fingers are dragging. The wrist could be breaking. Richard Williams often used that term breaking. And I think he got it actually from... who was the guy? He was a Warner Brothers guy. I keep wanting to say Mark Davis, but that is clearly not it. Breaking of joints. This is considered the breaking of joints right here in the elbow. Where the elbow is going this way, and then all of a sudden it goes this way. And let's see what we can do with the fingers to make them continue to break. Because again, this guy's casting a mighty spell. And again, the concept of breaking, you know, so maybe the spine is like this, and now it's like this. And then it reverses yet again, so. Something like that. And that beard is still blowing in the wind. Oh, you're young? Well, you got brothers and sisters, right? Smash Boy? Pillowhead is on the YouTube chat. Pillowhead, what are you doing, man? You're tricking me. You can stay there, man. You can hang out in YouTube chat. Stay there, man. It's fine. It's fine. How you doing, dude? And the thing about this bit of animation I'm thinking about right now is like, I don't even know what he's casting. I have no idea. So this is all very off the cuff. So let's drag this down and stick another drawing in there and see what we can come up with. You got a brother and a sister? Yeah, I've got a bunch myself. Well, I don't live with them anymore, but we're all old. We all grew up. We all have our own families now. And you know, maybe the fingers can be dragging here, so let's think about that. Pillhead, now you're over there. Were you having trouble on Twitch, dude? I saw you over on YouTube. When I signed into my first stream started, I had like a bunch of crazy dropped frames, so I started and stopped the stream a few times. So here's his hat. Maybe he's lifting his head up a little bit here. Let's get the idea of a cranium in here. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird when I started the Twitch stream about 15 minutes ago. Like my XSplit was like, it was like dropping tons of. It even gave me a warning down here. So that sucked. That's good. We're good. I mean, I had to make a decision tonight whether I should continue to play Zelda some more or do a stream. I feel like I should do a stream. So I think what we need to do... we need to overshoot this. So let's kind of turn off this. Got yourself an idea there? Let's try and overshoot this. Maybe we can really push this back arch. The head could be up here someplace. Cranium. I think this drawing is going to have to come down a little bit. Oop. You know, I'm reminded of the wizard from The Sorcerer's Apprentice. He kind of comes down and before he abuses Mickey. Let's get this mouth open. I have no idea what the magic spell is here, though. Oh, Russian roulette, huh? So the same could be said here, this wrist. I can break it a little bit. And now we're running into this problem where I'm on bitmap layers and I've just gone beyond. Can't do it anymore, which is okay. Very gory, huh? When I was younger, I was into that kind of stuff. What might be kind of nice is if we see him kind of maybe maybe he's like he's it'd be nice if he saved his file first. It'd be nice if he had an idea if he was maybe just kind of whoops. That is not what I wanted to happen. Here's my library. Something fluky just happened. Bonk. So like maybe he's like getting ready to cast. It's like down here someplace. Maybe kind of milling around a little bit. And maybe we have the idea of the staff around here. Maybe his arms are a little more down at his sides. Cranium, and maybe he's slightly hunched over. So maybe the hat is covering his eyes a little bit. You know, he's still kind of down. Downward tilt on his head. And that spear, whatever his staff is doing here. That could be kind of fun if he's just doing a little bit of chanting down here before he comes up. You know, Smash Boy, I don't think 2D animation is slowly dying out. You know, I think it's just going through changes like it normally does, you know. I mean, like, you'll probably never see it as a feature, that's for sure. I mean, the budgets are just not there. I don't think 2D animation will ever die. And there's too many people who support it. And, you know, I can tell you throughout the, you know, I was a little older at that time, in the late 90s and the early 2000s, it was always thought of as CG movies were quote-unquote cheaper, and that traditional animation was more expensive. I think most of the people who were in the know were kind of like, well, that's just not the case. I mean, I could say that CG animation 3D has gotten quote-unquote cheaper only in so much that hardware has progressed over the years. But the barrier of entry for 2D stuff, that has also progressed. And all you really, what's missing is the you know, I mean, just the people who know how to do it properly, I suppose. So maybe in some ways it is slowly dying. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's changing. Probably should come up with a model for this guy. Put a little bit of drag here on the hat, huh? His Gandalf hat. I mean, I don't want to make this guy into Gandalf, but I mean, he's Elminster. There you go. Let's see who knows that one. Let's see who knows who. Let's see who knows who Elminster is. That would be impressive. A little bit of foreshortening here in this arm. Let's think a little more down here. So we know that he's here, and then he's here. The screen, I'm looking at the screen, so maybe he should be... Let's reverse this a little bit. Maybe he could be over here a little bit. That is really weird. That's the second time this has happened. That is really weird, and undoing it is not changing. Alright, I think we're okay. So maybe he's over here. This could be a bit more of a subtle movement. The staff could be over here a little bit. You still have a bit of his head downward turned a little bit. And again, if you're just joining me, what I'm doing right now is I'm really just kind of going through here and just I'm literally scribbling. Get an idea of what I want the action to be. Let's think about this hand here. Getting an idea of the feeling of the whole piece. Maybe the wind isn't blown yet. It hasn't like kicked up yet. Something along around here. Yeah, you shall not pay. I know, he's very much Gandalf. But I'll take that. And I don't have much of a model for him yet. So, I mean, I have a wizard I drew on my Twitter a little while ago. And maybe I'll keep with him. 2D animation needs more time than 3D animation. I don't know how true that is, to be honest with you. There are certainly things that 3D animation could do quicker. That is for darn sure. But the process in terms of production is still quite the same, if not longer. Taking into account render times. I mean, CG, 3D animation is still just as hands-on and time-consuming as 2D. Honestly, a lot of it has to do with audience expectations and what's selling. Let's renumber these. We can just do that by selecting a range of cells in our X sheet, right-clicking it, going over to Drawings, and Rename by Frame. And I'm probably going to change that again, but it's okay. So I feel like he needs more business down here. And so, you know, he has this, he's getting ready to move up. It'd be nice. Alright, let's see if this thing gets goofy again. I hit new drawing. Hit my onion skin. It'd be great if he dipped down and maybe spread his arms out a little bit. No, he's playing pretty low to the frame here. These fingers could be splayed a little bit. Some drag on the cuffs. Maybe just a hint of the nose coming down through the brim. And swoosh right here. His eyes are thinking. Some drag down here now, so I'm going to alter this drawing a little bit. There we go. Oh, he has much wizardly powers. So something like that. So now we have some drawings in place. Let's remark these again. Let's rename them by frame. So we have some sort of order to them. It's important to keep things in order. And we can sort of think about timing a little bit here, so. Actually, I could just do the exposure down here. Maybe 8 frames. Maybe this could be... Let's just put everything on 8s. Right? Exposure. Set exposure to... Give. Set exposure. Let's just put it on 8s. And of course we have to make our scene longer. I have no idea. 120? Well, certainly less than that. Now we can at least hit play. So something's not right. Let's just hit play and see what happens here. Okay, so I can see already that what we have going on here is that it'd be nice to have a little more business down here. So we may need another key in there. And this stuff needs to happen way quicker. So let's half this, put it on 4. I mean, probably even less. Put that on 4 as well. No, less. 2, 2. And then we're going to cushion into this from here into here. So we'll want to spend some time building some in-betweens there. And then this, from this key into this key, we'll want to spend some time. So we'll keep that on 8s, see what happens. And what might be nice actually for here is if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See if he dips a little bit. So if this is where we're settling, we want to go below that. And this might be a subtle thing, actually. You're still kind of like struggling to hold that scepter. Head can still be rotated back. The mouth can squash. Let's give that a shot. And we can set that to certainly not 14, maybe 11. You know, this was supposed to be an easy little animation I was going to do tonight, and it's suddenly turning into a whole thing. I feel like he needs to kind of hover down here a little more. he kind of goes back and forth a little bit. You know, he needs to spend a little more time kind of hovering back and forth between these poses, maybe building anticipation. Yeah, something along those lines. Building up a little bit of anticipation, so like he's doing an incantation down here. We can try before we do that. Let's experiment. 11. Let's just maybe mix the timing up a little bit. And that could work too. So what I could do is not 11. This needs to be on 12. So let's expose that for 12 frames. And mark these all as keys. And like we could definitely put a breakdown in here. Oh, put a breakdown in there. Oops. So we can probably have an interesting breakdown in here. Oops. Let's put a breakdown in here, and I might call it for the night. Maybe actually this arm could kind of come out a little bit. That could be kind of cool. You know, and our head can be pretty steady. It'd be nice to have this arm kind of reaching out. Set our scene to 83. Something along those lines. So, is it easier to animate with the X sheet? Is what you're trying to say? Go ahead. Is it easier to animate with the X sheet? You know, that's a good question. I'm a traditional animator by that's how I started. That's where I came from. So, and I shot on film back in college, so I was very used to kind of building my own X sheets and planning out camera moves and whatnot. For traditional animation, and I am more interested in seeing drawing numbers and how they relate to each other and how long they're going to be exposed for. And the X sheet just kind of gives us handy ways of quickly typing in exposures and how long we want them to last for, as well as adding in, if I go to column, if I hit new column, I can, in the X sheet that is, you can create an annotation, add and close. And the annotation will allow us to put down notes. You know, we can put timing in here, or we can put in some dialogue and hold it out. So this is an easy way of writing down very simple notes, and it's very easy to build sync that way. Let's get rid of that. If I was doing puppet animation, as you've seen me do before with the circle and triangle, I'm more interested in seeing the keyframes and the values that are associated with the layers. So working in the timeline, I am more interested in seeing that information. I don't know if that answers your question or not. So it depends. And so for example, right now I'm going to tack on another additional 2 frames into this exposure, and it's really easy for me to just click it and just type in 8, and now my exposure is 2 frames longer. Whereas on the timeline, it's not that much harder, but you know, I can fine tune it a little more. Like, I know I want my exposure to be 8 frames here, so. Alright, so this is the beginnings of a new project. Our wizard guy casting a spell. We'll see how far we get with him in the coming weeks. As I was saying earlier on, I'm still working on C versus T. That's being moved to the back burner a little bit as I kind of reached a certain point with it, and now I'm just kind of finessing it. But it's going to move to sound, and I hope within a couple weeks we'll have something to post up on my YouTube channel. So with that said, I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to sign out for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching the recording of this, you can click that subscribe button, and I would appreciate it. Otherwise, I will check you guys out soon, and all have a good week. Take care.